Hi, I'm Elisa. Welcome to my channel. Today I am beginning what I am calling the Catch-Up Diaries, and we are kicking it off with a Project Pan update. So the last probably like 2 to 3 months, I have been in a funk, probably depressed, probably burnt out, dealing with a ton of anxiety, haven't been reading a lot, haven't been wearing a lot of makeup, and I kind of just felt very numb. So I was not keeping up with my channel or my reading goals or my Project Pan. I really was just going to work and kind of floating in a haze otherwise. But I am picking myself up out of that and force myself to put makeup on, and I'm gonna film. I'm going to update my Project Pan, and then I'm going to update all of the other series that I have going on. I'm going to edit and upload vlogs that I have had for months. You're gonna get a Veil vlog that I filmed back in February. We're just updating everything, so I'm hoping by August I am back on track with my filming schedule, with everything that I owe. I know I don't actually owe anyone anything, but I like my series. I like being able to look back at money updates, hauls, declutters, Project Pans, and I'm gonna update all of that. So yeah, some of this is outdated. You're gonna get some like haul declutter content from like April, and sorry, but I'm updating everything. I'm getting back on track, and I'm hoping that I stick to it. First up, we have my Stay Naked Concealer in 10NN. I am still enjoying this. I'm still using very little, so I don't expect this to be crazy. It weighed 23.83 grams. It now weighs 23.57 grams. In the summer, I don't cake it on a majority of the time. Cake it on. I barely use any of this, so any use is a win because I kind of didn't expect any. Next up, we have my Laura Mercier powder. I tried to mark this again, but just can't get it to settle correctly. I'm not sure why that is, but oh well. Before it weighed 82.57, it now weighs 80.72. So 2 grams, not amazing, but I definitely have used more powder than probably any other product. Next up is a product I am still hating, and that is the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. I just cannot. I've been focusing over here just to try to like hit some pan over there because I think it's really thin. I actually think I like this more in the summer, surprisingly. I just don't want to put it on in the summer because it just feels like too many layers. So yeah, still not loving this, still hating the packaging, working my way through it. It weighed 116.02 grams. It now weighs, well, how did that happen? It went up. Maybe I wrote 16 and I meant 17? I'm not sure, but it weighs 116.74 now. That's weird. Okay. Not sure what happened with that one. I don't see a ton of visible product. I don't think it gained product, but I don't see a lot of progress on this. I'm hoping once it gets cooler, I'll want to reach for primer again, but it is just not a priority right now. Too hot. Perversion eyeliner, I have been using it, but I don't actually know if I sharpened it or not this month. It weighed, oh god. It weighed 4.47, it now weighs 4.37 grams. I will take it. I think I probably sharpened it once. I use very, very little when I do my makeup, so it makes sense that this is very slow progress. Same goes for the Ozone lip pencil. I think this is definitely drying out because I just cannot get payoff with this anymore. So it did weigh 5 grams. It now weighs 4.89 grams. Using it every single time I wear lip stuff. I still like it because I'm not much of a colored lip pencil person. I kind of just want to like slap on the color and go. So this is good, but yeah. Next up is the NARS eye primer. This is still just okay. I don't feel like it's adding anything to my routine at all. So before it weighed 22.58, it now weighs 22.46. I use like a dot on each eye and call it a day. The Drunk Elephant oil, I don't believe, did I use this once? I might have used it once. So it did weigh 14.14. It now weighs 13.9. I did dermaplane my face before a wedding we went to, so that is when I used that oil. It's still just like sticky and leaky, so still hate the packaging. My Soap & Glory body butter is still kicking. I have used more this month than probably most months prior. I hope the weight reflects that. That would be crazy if it doesn't. Okay, it definitely does. So before it was 236 grams, it now weighs 164 grams. I'll take it. I definitely used this more this month because I had like a wedding, so like I shaved and exfoliated and then put lotion on. I went to the beach, you know, I was like, my legs are out more, so I'm dabbing it more. I had a sunburn, so I tried it out. It's scented, so I don't love that on sunburns, but it is heavy enough that I felt like it was giving good moisture. So yeah, definitely had more use this month. It would be amazing if this was gone, but I just, at this point, I've literally had it since the beginning of the year in this project, and I'm just like, this is here forever. Next up, I have my Glow Recipe Avocado Melt Retinol Eye Sleeping Mask. I use this during the day because I work in a cubicle, so I'm not all that worried about retinol giving me sunburn around my eyes. This, I feel like I can see progress on. You won't be able to because you have to like look in the jar, but I swear, like even around the sides, like, I don't know if you can tell, but there's less product. It weighed 97.8 and now weighs 95.87. And that is mostly because I use the teeny tiniest bit, but I do use it every single day. Another thing that got sporadic use, but probably more use than previous months, is the Pharmacy 10% Niacinamide Night Mask. This I would use sporadically. Like I said, I just feel like with, you know, being out in the sun more, my skin felt like it just needed a drink of water, so I was more likely to reach for this at night. So it did weigh 171.57 grams. It now weighs 164 grams. So yeah, decent progress. I don't know for sure how much longer I'm gonna have this because I do use it so sporadically, but there's definitely not a ton left, which is good. Something that is somewhat annoying that it's still here, but I'm excited to say I did actually use this month, is the Caviar Miracle Multiplying Volume Mist. So I don't know if you can see that line or where it is now, but it is below that line because I used it about 3 or 4 times. I am super excited that I did reach for this, and I'm using my Shark hair dryer mostly. However, it's still here. It's still kicking. And I actually don't think I've blow dried my hair in the past like 2-3 weeks. So I need to get back into that habit and just finish this off. Obviously weighing liquids is weird, but it weighed 28.95 and now weighs 21.88. My Dior lip oil, yet again, this lives at my desk. I don't telework anymore, so I don't tend to use it all that often. However, I do feel like I visibly see more progress than I have before. So it weighed 35.54 and now weighs 35.52. So yeah, that visible progress is in my head. Bioderma, still kicking. I just have not been reaching for this. It's been hot, been taking a lot of showers, have not just been like taking off my makeup or wiping dirt off my face or anything. Dirt off my face. You know what I mean? Using this to clean my face at the end of the day, just because it's been so hot. My whole body needs it. So yeah, steady progress, maybe? I don't actually know if I've used this. Yeah, okay, I have. It weighed 149.21. It now weighs 120.87. Yeah, it's a good product. It's fine. I'm probably gonna use it right after I finish filming this video, or maybe I'll film another one and scrub my makeup off to go to the pool. My Dior Lip Maximizer, I have stopped trying to mark because it just constantly rubs off, but I feel like it's just sat at the same level this whole time. It weighed 25.48 and now weighs 25.44. Wow. We have my COSRX Lip Sleep Mask. This I still am not loving. I feel like it wears off so quickly compared to the Laneige, and it is so gritty. I use it every day, multiple times a day, and yeah, I'll probably have it forever. It weighed 32.69 at last check-in and now weighs 30.25. Next up, my NARS Soft Matte Foundation. I do love this. I just think it looks so nice in any form, like in any form. When my skin is dry, when my skin is oily, it just goes on beautifully and it stays on. I just enjoy this product so much. I have not been wearing foundation all that often. It weighed 69.57 and now weighs 67.86. So some progress, not a ton, but more than I would have actually expected. Benefit Fan Fest Mascara. I will weigh it, but this is done because I had it for 3 months. So it weighed 23.27. It now weighs 22.67. I really like this mascara and I really enjoy it, but I don't fuck around and use mascaras past the 3-month mark. Next, we have the Peter Thomas Roth Irish More Mud Mask. I have not used this, I don't believe, because I haven't really been taking baths because it's been so hot. I have not wanted to soak in a hot bath. No thank you. So this has not gone on my face, I don't think, since last update. Wait, okay, wait. Apparently it has. Apparently I did put it on my face at least one time. It weighed 98.89 and now weighs 93.06. So that's interesting. I'm really trying to remember when that would have been. But yeah, that's definitely more of a dent in there. I have no memory of taking a bath, but okay. My first empty of the video, my Versace Bright Crystal perfume. You can kind of see where the lines were, right there. I used this up, obviously. I liked this. I actually liked this a lot more than I thought I did before I actually started panning it. I kind of thought that I hated this and that was the main reason I was gonna pan it, but no, it is really nice. It's fresh, it's a little sweet, it's not cloying or too much. It's a really nice warm weather scent, and yeah, I'm not gonna miss it and I'm not gonna repurchase it or anything, but it was really, really easy to use up because it's such a nice fragrance. Something that I did not use and will be decluttering is the Coco and Eve Sunny Honey Bali Bronzing Foam in medium. I had basically said that I was going to keep this for engagement photos and the wedding I had in June. I did not self-tan for either of those events, and I kind of just feel like that cemented the fact that I'm not going to reach for this. I'm not going to use this. I bought this last summer when I was going to have to see my ex at a wedding, and I was like, oh God, let me just do everything to make myself feel better so I'm not anxious. And I bought this, used it one time, and I've not used it since. So I guess I'll check out to make sure it's still good, and then I will pass it on to somebody who wants to try it. Wow, it smells good. I'm just not a self-tanner person. Like, I just never think that it is worth the time and effort and the stickiness. I'm a big texture person. Don't like the way it feels. So yes, I am decluttering this. Next up, we have the Smile Actives Whitening Pen. I did use this, I want to say, a couple of times. It weighed 15.37. It now weighs 15.3. I think it's fine. I don't think these pens do much because, like, you put it on and then there's nothing stopping your mouth from immediately wiping it off. But this is fine. I'll use it when I think of it. Next up, we have the Max Fix Plus Stay Over Setting Spray. I forgot what this was called for a second. This is fine. I think I don't like it as much as normal Fix Plus for like unpowderifying my face. That doesn't make sense, but like making my face look less powdery. And I also don't think I like it as much as other like long-lasting setting sprays that I've used. So it's fine. I will use it up. I'm just not obsessed with it. So it weighed 139.17 and now weighs 133.18. Like I said, it's not like it's a chore. It's a setting spray. I just don't think it does as good of a job as others. Something I am so surprised that I've been enjoying so much is the Supergoop Mineral Matte Screen in SPF 40. This is, you can probably see it on like the lid, but it's tinted. So you can use it as like a primer or just like a nice little blurring correction, which is what I do. So I don't wear face makeup to work, which is why none of this has any progress. But I will put sunscreen on, and this just like evens out my skin tone. I feel like it just kind of blurs like any zits or like texture that I have, and I really, really like it. And I definitely think I would buy this again. Like, it's very, very nice. I obviously still have a decent amount left, but like I am enjoying it, which I don't normally say about sunscreen. Sunscreen's usually just like a step. So it weighed 47.8 and now weighs 41.44. There are obviously still days where I forget, but because I did like technically, like it was sitting up on my little spinny thing, or I can't think of what it's called. And then I put it in the drawer because it kept falling over, and now I feel like now that it's in the drawer and it's not sitting with all my other skincare or in my face, I'm forgetting about it a little bit more, but I do really like it. Next up, Hourglass Brow Pencil. So what's so funny is that like, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see in there, but like you can still see that. There is barely any use because this thing is like the size of my brow, basically, the tip of this pencil. It's a little chunky for me and it's a little unwieldy. I've done my brows a couple times over the past month with this where I'm like, those turned out weird. Like they're really dark or they're really thick. And I have had to keep a very light hand and use very little strokes and just be very, very careful when I'm using this. So this is gonna probably be here forever because I don't use much of it. So this weighed 13.42 and now weighs 13.37. Yeah, it's like fine, and the tone's a little off, but it's just something that I think is going to last forever because I use such a light hand with it. This next one is exciting because I hated this. So I put this in the Project Atlas update. It weighed 36 grams and it is empty now, which thank God. I hated this. So this is the Tatcha Serum Stick. So it says that you can use it as a treatment, a touch-up balm for your eyes and your face. The idea that I would ever put this on top of makeup is crazy. It is so thick. It is so just heavy. Like, I did not like it. I'm already using a heavier moisturizer than I would want to at this time of year. This made it awful. Like, nothing sunk into my skin. I believe there's probably a lot of silicone in this, which makes it probably better as a primer than a serum. However, I didn't like it for either of those uses. Like, I liked it less than the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I don't think I'm a Tatcha fan. But the way I used this, I would just spread it on my neck and my chest every morning. And because that's like a larger area and I could like kind of cake it on a little bit more than I could my face, I did use a lot of it very quickly. So yeah, I'm so happy this is gone. This was given to me by my mom. She bought herself one and me one from like QVC, and never again. This was low-key awful, and I am so incredibly happy that I don't have it anymore. For my perfume, this is the Elizabeth & James Nirvana Rose. This is tied for my oldest perfume. It's this and the Elizabeth & James Bourbon one. Basically, I owned every single one of their perfumes at some point. I did declutter the French Grey one, just wasn't my vibe. But the second they discontinued their perfumes, I like hoarded them. I was like, oh, I have to be super careful because I can't get this again. That's annoying. So this is probably my least favorite of the ones that I still own. And like I said, tied for my oldest. So it weighs 193.56. Sorry, 183.56. And yeah, this smells fine. It's a little heavier than I would want normally in a summer perfume, but it's old and it's lighter than the bourbon one. Next up, my replacement mascara is the MAC Stack. I think I used a MAC Stack at the beginning of this year. I do like this, but I do like it so much more when it dries out. Like right now, it's not my favorite. I think it clumps a little bit more than I would like, but like about a month in, it gets so good. So I'm excited for that because we're approaching that time. So this weighs 30.36 grams. And then my serum replacement is the Glow Recipe Strawberry Smooth BHA and AHA Salicylic Serum. That's a tongue twister. I already like this loads more than the Tatcha. I've used it twice. And yeah, it's very nice. It sinks in so quickly. I like don't even know it's there. It doesn't feel like it's another layer on my skin in this heat. So I'm enjoying this. Obviously it's been 2 days. I have no idea how it works on my skin, and I might not because there's not a ton in here, but it weighs 90.72 grams. So that's all I'm going to be putting in for now. I think I want to take this next month, use what I have, and think about if I want to add anything in to like replace the self tanner, or if I want to add like a brow setting product or something like that. I kind of just want to sit with my stuff for a second, and then I will see what I add back in, or I add in, or yeah, add in next month. So goals for next month. I don't really have anything that I think like I will have done next month. I think I'm just hoping to get more use out of my products and, you know, blow dry my hair a couple more times because I don't think there's much left of that blow dry spray. Take my makeup off with the Bioderma instead of just a wet microfiber cloth. Just reaching for things and remembering that I have them instead of just going the lazy route, I guess. But yes, let me know how your pan is going. I would love to know. I'm super happy with all the perfumes I'm using up this year. That feels really, really good. But thank you so much for watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all the normal stuff, and I will see you guys again really soon. I promise. Bye.